Almost Human is an alien horror movie. The movie starts with these two friends heading over to a buddy's house. Well, on the way there, they experience this ear-piercing noise, and one of them gets taken into the sky by this light. Well, the guy who's still on Earth, you could say, panics, goes to the buddy's house that they were going to, and is just freaking out. Well, he gets to his friend's house, his friend lets him in, and clearly he is panicked and freaked out, and he tells his buddy that, look, our other friend got abducted by this beam, we need to figure this shit out. And the friend grabs a gun, goes outside, and he gets abducted. Well, the police, because no one knows what happened to the dude, because obviously he went into outer space, they think the guy who was freaking out might have had something to do with it, as memories. The memories are not there, probably because they were erased or something. And there was this girlfriend in the house, also her memories are a little shoddy. So just people in general thought it was this dude because he was the only person left, as two of his friends disappeared. Well, it's future later, can't remember months or years, and basically everything's happening again. And the one guy that owned the house that got abducted, he is now back on Earth, but he is, wait for it, almost human, as he came back not the same. He is something different, and he goes on this murder rampage, just murdering people, and then basically trying to transform those murdered people into these creatures. And yeah, he's looking for his girlfriend to make her into a creature, and as he's looking for his girlfriend, he's just murdering all these people. And the guy who was freaking out, that was blamed for everybody coming up missing, he's our main character, and people think he's nuts, he thinks he's nuts, and yeah, he basically has to save the day, and that's about the movie. So, with all that out the way, my review to Almost Human. So, in the beginning of this movie, it definitely felt like I was in for a doozy, like maybe this wasn't a good movie, just because it was kind of like the dialogue kind of sucked and the acting wasn't that good. And definitely when you get to like the diner scene and he goes to tell the girlfriend that the flashing lights are back and all the power outages shit, and like just the dialogue between them and the acting, I don't know, it just felt really, really bad. And like something you would see out like something on like a soap TV show like Guiding Light or Young and the Restless. But whatever, it just seemed kind of cheesy and stuff. And then you get to where the dude comes back to Earth, the friend that got abducted, and the acting's still like, because he don't talk really at first, the acting's still kind of like, but the practical effects are like super, super good. So it definitely gave me hope for the movie. I was like, oh shit, this is a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. And yeah, throughout the whole movie, the practical effects were literally what carries this movie. I mean, they were just like insanely high tier, just really good. And one of the crazy things about the practical effects is when people died by an axe, this had to have been like their specialty, whoever was doing the practical effects, as it was just like some of the best axe kill practical effects I've seen. Like when he hits dude in the head with that axe, it felt real. A couple other instances, and then the end with the body and the decapitation, and they just were really, really good at like headless practical effects and like killing people with axes. I don't know. But yeah, definitely the main takeaway is how great the practical effects was. Now back onto the acting. For some weird reason, once you get to like the last like 15 minutes of the movie, everybody's acting's like super fucking high tier. Like, not gonna lie, like if it was like kind of spotty acting in it, that was easily like the worst thing. Like, it was like super fucking good in the end. Like, I was very surprised. All in all, this movie builds up. It's super good. I really liked it, honestly. Yep. And that's about the main takeaway from this movie. So, with all that, my recommendation for Almost Human, and I would definitely recommend this. I mean, it's not a bad movie, and it just progressively gets better, and it definitely, though, is carried by its practical effects. If the practical effects were shoddy, this wouldn't have been a good movie. But insanely good practical effects, and the acting really turns up in the end, surprisingly, because it was like easily one of the worst things about the movie. So, I mean, I don't know if that's on purpose or what, but holy shit, it got a lot better. So, yep, definitely recommend.